Hey guys! So today's video is going to be a review and swatch of the Grav3yardgirl and Tarte collaboration palette, the Swamp Queen palette. I recently purchased it, I'm gonna say about 3 weeks ago I purchased it, maybe even a month ago, and I wanted to give you my thoughts on it. I have used it in a couple of videos already, and you might have already gotten a little bit of an idea of my opinion of it, but I wanted to go through it with you in depth and kind of swatch all the colors and just give you, my first impression of it. Well, not really my first impression, but my impression of it, and just to let you guys know, some stuff about it if you haven't already bought it. If you have, then you can kind of compare my opinion to yours and to other opinions that you've heard, and just, kind of go from there on whether you like it or not, because sometimes we buy things and we go, well, yeah, I spent all this money on it, so I really want to like it, so I'm gonna like it, when in reality it's not that good and you should go return it and get your money back. So I feel like if you get honest opinions from other people, you're able to compare them to your opinions and just make a proper decision. You don't feel so bad for maybe not liking something because you're not alone in that opinion. So I wanted to go through that palette with you guys, and I'll show you the whole thing. I don't remember how much it cost, and I do live in Canada, so it's probably different than the majority of you who are watching my videos. It's probably a bit more expensive for me, but I will list all of the prices down below, the Canadian and the American prices. And I did buy it at Sephora. I'm pretty sure that's the only place you can buy it unless there's like a Tarte website. I don't think there is. So I will list all of that information down below for you guys. So if you're interested in watching this video and seeing the Swamp Queen palette, getting swatches, and just knowing my opinion of it, then just keep watching. So like I said, I am reviewing the Grav3yardgirl and Tarte Swamp Queen palette, and this is the palette right here. I think it's really awesome. Like, it's not ordinary packaging. I don't really know too much about Grav3yardgirl. I remember watching a couple of her videos a long time ago. Like, I feel like it was probably like 3 or 4 years ago, maybe, give or take. And I thought she was funny. I just never kept up with her. I didn't really get into watching YouTube other than like actual makeup tutorials until my husband really got me into it, because he loves like comedy and anything that's funny. He's totally into it. And I know she does product reviews and like tests like Instagram makeup, like beauty hacks. I'm pretty sure she does that. Like I think I remember watching her do like a crayon lip, like homemade lipstick with like crayon or something like that. I can't remember, but I will post her link her account down below as well. So I don't know too much about her. I don't know the correlation between her and like the whole alligator, like gator wings thing. I'm not sure, but that is one of the colors, the names of the colors in the palette, and that's also what's on the front. So there's just her name, and then the name of the palette, and then a gator with wings, and it's got like it feels like it's got like the texture of wood, like they put like the ridges in a piece of wood, and it's really like, it's lovely packaging. It's got the magnetic close, and then when you open it up, it's got an enormous mirror. We're just gonna hold it. So that's the size of the mirror. It's basically the whole, like the size of this is basically the whole size of the mirror. And then on the top it says, believe in yourself, love yourself, embrace your individuality. And I don't know if that comes off, but I'm not going to take it off even if it does. No, I don't think it does. So that's cute. I think that's really inspiring, and just a nice, she seems like, I recently followed her on Instagram, and she seems very like motivational and just really like happy and upbeat. So I think that really reflects her character. And then we have the 9 eyeshadow shades, and then 2 blushers and a highlight shade. Now, It does also come with a brush at the bottom, which I thought was really awesome. I don't think I knew that it was going to come with a brush. It's just like a, here, I'll put this down. It's just like an ordinary eyeshadow brush, just a flat-ended travel size brush. And I don't think I was expecting the brush. I don't remember if I was or not, but I haven't used it yet, so I can't give like an opinion on the brush because I don't typically use the brushes that come in palettes. I know that's probably bad because they're probably great, but if I do try it out, I'll give you guys my opinion on that. But I have used the shades, the eyeshadow shades, and the highlight shade a bunch of times. I've actually used this cheek shade before in my eyes as well. I have never used it for like on my cheeks for a blusher. But I have used the eyeshadows a bunch of times. I'm actually wearing this palette on my eyes today. And I think it's great. Like I know I said I've used it a few times in my, I might have used it only in one video actually so far, but I've worn it a couple of times and I've used it on clients a couple of times and I think it's awesome. I'll swatch the colors for you. So we've got SFS, which is just this really beautiful, it's kind of shimmery, like it's an iridescent kind of pinky nude color. It's just so pretty. And like the pigmentation is great. They're such creamy eyeshadows. Like they blend so nicely. You only need the tiniest amount. There is a little bit of pickup when you pick up the eyeshadows on your brush. It does kind of dust up a little bit, but that doesn't change the quality of them. Like they blend on really nicely. The pigmentation is awesome. You don't have to go in a million times just to get a little bit of product. They're awesome. So the color right underneath that is Big Baby, and this one is a matte shade. I like using this for under my brow bone, and sometimes I mix it in with the highlighter shade if I'm feeling like, you know, sassy that day. But I usually use that for under my brow bone. It's a really nice nude, neutral, kind of for me it's kind of like a skin tone, maybe just even a little bit lighter than a skin tone color, but that's what I mostly use it for, is underneath my brow. Or I'll even use it if I'm doing a really light eye. I'll use one of the darker colors in the crease, and then I'll do that just on the eyelid. It's kind of, like I said, just a little bit lighter than my skin tone, so it just kind of brings a pop to the eyes, but it's not like shimmery or intense or anything like that. And then underneath that is Haunting, and I can't say that I've used Haunting too much yet. It is a gorgeous shade. It's a lot like SFS, but it's purple. It's just got more of like a dusty rose purple undertone to it. It's not pink. Like SFS is very kind of peachy undertone with a gold iridescence to it, while Haunting is, like I said, like a dusty rose, like a very washed out mauve kind of color with I feel like it's got a little bit of a thicker, like a chunkier fleck of sparkle than SFS does. It's not like iridescent. It's got a bit of glitter in it, but they are, for glitter, they're smaller pieces of glitter. It's not as fine, like I said, as an iridescence, but it's not like a really chunky glitter. So that was Haunting. And then you've got Natural Peaches, which is like the perfect transition shade. That's what I've got mixed in my crease today with a little bit of a couple of other colors. Let me speak properly. And when I pick up this palette, I naturally go to Natural Peaches. I just think that it's a gorgeous shade. I feel like it really brings just like a nice warmth to your eyes, and especially for the summertime. Like, I've never done this look specifically before, but I had to go out this morning and I knew I was filming today, so I wanted to do something with this palette. I naturally go to the palette anyways, but I wanted specifically to do something with this palette. And I'm always drawn to natural peaches for my crease. Like, it's just such a gorgeous color. I feel like I've never had anything like it, which is probably crazy to say because I know that there are a lot of wonderful, like, burnt orangey, peachy kind of toned eyeshadows out there. I just don't own any of them. And the fact that it's just so pigmented and it's in this palette with a whole bunch of other shades that I can use it with is just so awesome. Like, I feel like this whole video is just going to be me rambling on about how much I love this palette, but it's the truth and I just do love it. So Natural Peaches is definitely a color that I use in my crease. It's a great transition color. I think it's one of my favorite colors in this palette. Then underneath that is Sassy Bun. And this is probably my second favorite color in this shadow palette. This one is a lot like SFS. It's got that same concept where it's very iridescent, like it's very, it almost looks metallic, but it is a gold, like it's a bronzy gold. And it's got like a gold iridescence to it, a gold reflect to it. It's almost like a peachy bronzy gold, because if you look at it in a certain light, it's kind of peachy. But like, I literally just dipped my finger in it once and swatched it, and it's just, I don't know if you can see that, but I'll have swatches for you. But it's just, it's what I have on the innermost part of my lid, because I used a color on my lid from another palette, and then because I love Sassy Bun so much, I just wanted to use it, so I put a little bit on, like, just in the middle of my eyelid, just to kind of bronze it up a little. But like, it's just such a pretty color. It's just such a gorgeous eyeshadow. Like, I don't know what I've been doing this whole time without it. It's just so beautiful. And then we've got Uncommon, which is underneath Sassy Bun. And again, it's kind of more like Haunting, where it's got like that larger reflect in it, but it's a grayish purple color. I think it's really pretty. I haven't used that yet. I really haven't used too many of the purple shades from this palette, just because, I don't know, I guess I haven't been feeling purple. But I can definitely do a look for you guys with those eyeshadows if you would like. If you do, comment down below, just let me know, if there are certain shadows in this palette that you'd like me to use and create a look with. Let me know in the comments down below. The comment section is really, really helpful in getting an idea of what you guys would like to see and the kind of content that you want, so that would be awesome. So, Uncommon, like I said, it's got a little bit of more of a glitter to it than an iridescence or a shimmer. It's more of a glitter, but it's not very chunky. And then we've got Dogman, which is also what I have in the crease area. It's more so on like the outer third of my crease. And this is like a terracotta, really dark burnt orange, or orangey brown shade. It's just, oh, I love it. The only problem I have with it, is that because it doesn't have an iridescence, like Uncommon and Haunting, even though they have that glitter in them, they kind of do have a little bit of an iridescence to them. So the glitter kind of blends in. It's just like, oh yeah, okay, there's iridescence and there's glitter. Cool, whatever. But Dogman doesn't have iridescence. So you have like this matte burnt terracotta, like orangey brown terracotta color, and then you've got like these flecks of gold sparkle in it. And to me, it's just like, why is that here? Like, why was that necessary, I just think that it would have been fine without the gold. but I'm wearing it anyways. Like, I still love it. I still think, like, I guess when you blend it into your crease, when you blend it on your eye, the shimmer kind of goes, like the chunks of glitter kind of go away anyways, so I guess it's not a big deal, but then I just feel like it's a waste. Like, it's just there for nothing. But I love it. It's a gorgeous shade. Like I said, I do have it on my eyes today, and I think it just makes this look. I like it a lot. So then the second last eyeshadow is called Sippy Sippy, and I have used this before. I think I've mainly put it on like my, the lid, because it is a brown. It's a lot like Dog Man, but even more glittery. It's, I'd say it's like a true chocolate brown, but then it's got like really chunky gold glitter. I'm not even gonna say flecks, I'm not gonna say iridescence, it's glitter. And surprisingly enough, the glitter stays where you put it. Like, it's not one of those glitters like with Dog Man where like you blend it on and it just flies away. Like, there's a point to the glitter. So I'm not upset about that glitter. It's gold glitter. We're okay with gold glitter. And then the last shadow we have is Man Cat, and it is a matte purple. It's kind of like a washed out purple. It's not like a really intense dark purple, but it's beautiful in its own right. Like I said, I haven't really used the purple shades in this palette too much, so I can't give my opinion on whether that shade is also really good to blend out, but just from swatching it, like, it's, once you have to understand something with a new palette, once you get past that first layer, because I feel like there's like a layer on top of the eyeshadows that's protecting it from like just flying everywhere. I feel like there's like a slight layer of like some kind of sealant on the top of the eyeshadow, because when you first swatch it, you can feel like some kind of resistance. So if you're swatching a palette for the first time, like it's a brand new palette, it's not one from Sephora where people have been touching it, you know, a billion times. If you're getting a new palette to you for the first time, swatching it for the first time, swatch it once, rub that off, because that's not the best it can give you, and then swatch it again, and then you'll see the difference. Like, even just swatching it right now, because that's the first time I've dipped into that specific color in my palette, and it was like a completely different swatch compared to the first one. So that's just a tip that I have. But it's a beautiful color. It's almost like a dusty, it's like a dusty purple. Like, it's a dusty kind of gray matte purple. It's a beautiful shade. So then moving on to the cheeks, I believe they're supposed to be blushers. I think they're both supposed to be blushers, because I can't see this being a bronzer. I mean, it might be a bronzer, but I don't know. It's a little bit too glittery for me. So we have Sweet Tea, and I've used this also in my crease, or I even just dust it all over my whole eye if I'm like in a rush, if I just want something, you know, just a wash of color on my eye. I've used Sweet Tea before, and it is just like it looks like a bronzer. It looks like a more warm toned bronzer with just a very little bit of gold flecks in it, and like they're really, really finely milled gold flecks. And then underneath that we have, does this thing really work? I can totally just imagine her saying that. And that one I believe is the blusher, and it's a really beautiful shade. I've never worn it as a blusher because I have more oily skin, so I don't tend to wear shimmery colors for blush. But it is a really pretty pink color. I'll have all the swatches. I know I'm not showing swatches, but I'll have all the swatches for you guys as the clip is going. But it's a beautiful shade. And then the last shade we have, like I said, is that gator wings. And like I mentioned before, I'm not 100% sure what the relation between her and gators and gator wings is. I feel like I'm intrigued and I want to know now. But this is a gorgeous highlight. And like in the pan, it looks so chunky. It looks like you're gonna pick it up and it's just gonna be full of glitter, like silver glitter. It really does, it looks chunky, but like this is what it looks like on my finger. It's not chunky at all. It's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous shade. Like, I want to put some on my face right now. My hands are dirty. Like, look at that. That is amazing. That is just, I've used it mostly on my lids. Like, I've used it in the corner of my eye or in the very, very center of my lids as well. I've never actually used it as a highlight until now because, like I said, when you pick it up, when you look at it, it looks super chunky. Like, it looks just like really chunky. Like, it looks like it has really chunky glitter in it. And when you pick it up, it's just amazing. And I haven't really found a brush that I like to pick it up with yet. If you have this palette and you have a brush that you find picks it up really, really well and applies it really well, let me know in the comments down below, because I don't find that I've found a brush yet that I like to pick that product up with. I just feel like it kind of flakes off. But the product itself is amazing. Like, you just saw, I applied it and it's like, wow. So I definitely give this palette a thumbs up. And by the way, if you don't know, this palette smells like some kind of sweet. I know in my last video I said it smells like fruitcake. That's just like what it smelled like to me that day. But it's just a lovely palette. The quality is great. The amount of products you get in the palette are so worth the price. I feel like I'm gonna have this palette forever. Like, I feel like I'm never going to run out of these eyeshadows and this like I think it's gonna go bad before I'm done using it. It's just so amazing. Well, I mean, maybe that won't be true because I'll just use it all, because I use it almost every day. Honestly, every day I put on makeup. Every time I've had to go see a client or I've had a meeting, I've put this on. This and like the Tarte lip palette, those are the two palettes that I've been choosing lately. And I just think it's amazing. So thumbs up to Tarte and Grav3yardgirl. I think you guys did a fantastic job. I'm so happy I got it. I'm so happy that when I went to Sephora, they had just had a new stock of it come in, because like I went to go get it and I passed a girl in Sephora, like one of the girls who worked there. She was like, "Oh my god, we got it in stock. I've been waiting for it." And I was like, "Yes, I got it. Awesome." So that made me really happy. I'm not sure if this is limited edition. It might be. So if you don't have it yet and you think you'll like it and you've gone to Sephora and you've swatched it for yourself and you think you're gonna like it, get it. Like, totally go out and get it. Like, stop what you're doing. Go on like Sephora.com and order it, and like order a couple of other things, because for Canadians it's over $50. It's free shipping. I'm not sure what it is for Americans. It might even be just free shipping over like $25. So already you get this for free shipping. So go out and get it, because it's awesome. Like, it's totally like 2 thumbs up. So that was the whole video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this swatching and impressions video of the Grav3yardgirl and Tarte Swamp Queen palette. If you have any other products that you would like me to review and kind of give you my opinion on, just let me know. Leave a comment down below. Like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And make sure you turn on the notifications so you get notified when I do upload a new video. I will have another video for you guys soon. I have a couple of other products that I personally would like to review for you guys, and some looks that I'd like to do for you. Follow me on Snapchat and Twitter and Instagram. I will link those all down below for you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!